Hello folks, it's JDporkchop and welcome to another episode of Rotarycraft Infinity. I think we're on episode 9 now, and I'm just going to get my inventory all sorted out, get the bits and bobs we need to pick up where we left off from the last episode, and we'll get this show on the road. With the lovely weather outside, I think we'll have to do some work on the inside. Be back in a second, guys. Alright guys, I made a little bit of a mistake with the logistics pipes. At either end, when it's connected to a chest, you need to have a chassis pipe instead of just the basic. So the basic logistic pipe is for where there's joints, where the pipe splits in any kind of way, and things like that, where things will need to be sorted and sent in certain directions. And then you have all these other pipes, providers, crafting. These just do one specific job when they're connected to a chest. But the chassis pipes can do several jobs at once, because you fit the pipe and then you have all these cards, modules, and these modules will all do something separate. So you have something like an item sink puts things into a chest, and then you have the extractor module will take stuff out of chests. The polymorphic, I think, is the one that it looks inside the chest, and if there's something of the, let's say there's a bit of cobblestone in it, then it'll direct all cobblestone into that chest. Quick sort module, all these things. Terminus is the one that you can delete stuff with it, so it's where you it's the absolute last place. If you have too much cobble and everywhere's full, the last place it'll send it is the terminus one. And then you have all these advanced ones which do all sorts of nifty things. There's one, I think there's one for bees that will do bee sorting from forestry. So we're going to make some of these chassis pipes. Basically Mark 1 can have 1 slot, 2 can have 2, 3 can have 3. And I think, and then you have 4, 5, how high does it go? That's it, 5. So the most you could have is 5. But that's getting a little bit crazy. I can't think of anything you would need 5 for. You can't make it anyway, because we haven't got, you need buildcraft thing for that. Anyway. But we're not going to need that, not by a long shot. We're going to make a couple of Mark 2s and a couple of Mark 3s. So I'm just grab. I've already made a couple just to check it was working and stuff, and I'm just going to make a couple more. So you take your basic logistics pipe, and for the Mark 1, it's just a bit of iron each side, and then I think it's redstone on the top, if I remember rightly. Yeah, so there's a number 1. I don't really need that, and might as well just go straight to number 2. So we'll go there, one more of those, and then for the Mark 3, it's just iron all the way around. So there we go. I've got plenty to get started with. Then you also need the cards, the modules, and to get a blank one, it's just paper, gold, redstone, and I have already made some of those. I actually already recorded this, but the sound was a little bit funny, so I'm sort of redoing it. That's why I already have everything made. So we need an item sink and a extractor, I think. Yeah. So I think I have. Where would I have put them? I think I have some iron gears somewhere. Maybe not. I'll just make some more. Iron gear. And then I need some lapis. We'll make 4. So we're going to need quite a lot of these cards. Get some lapis. What else was on the thing? And then just some redstone, which I have plenty of. I am going to have to start doing more mining though soon. I just went and got some more iron, because we had like next to none left. Okay, so I'm going to make 2 of those. And then I'm going to make this green dye. Right, see these plants, the botania? You can get dye out of these, I think. I'm not quite sure how. Oh, there we go. Is that dye? Let's have a look. Because I haven't seen any cactus anywhere yet. There we go. That's it. So I just need to make a pestle and mortar. So some wood, which we have absolute abundance of now. How do you make a bowl? Made a bowl in a long time. The wooden bowls, that's vanilla Minecraft, isn't it? Ah! Just showing my wonderful level of knowledge when it comes to vanilla Minecraft. Right, there we go. One of those, and a stick. And then we'll just put some this here. 6 is plenty. And the cards, the redstone, and the gears. There we go. Right, I'm going to head back up to the tree farm place, and I'll meet you there. Alright guys, we're back up in the treehouse, tree farm even. So, chassis pipe, that's a Mark III. No, we won't put that down. We'll keep the Mark IIIs for important things. Put a Mark II down. There we go. And then with an empty hand, maybe? Can't remember how to open it. It's got like a GUI that's for you to try this. There we go. So you can do it with a crescent hammer. I'm sure this thing, the logistic pipe controller, I'm sure that's used for opening. Like, it's the actual inbuilt mod one, but it seems that a crescent hammer works perfectly fine. So what we're going to do is the extractor module. I'm actually just going to stick a bit of redstone on it to make it an advanced one, so that I think it just gives you more options. So that should be working. Sneaky is for if, well, let me show. See if the pipe is connected to the right hand side here. But it's a machine, and the machine only outputs at the top. You can go into this and set it so that it's like extracting from the top, even though it's connected to the side. So it's quite handy like that. And then this is your black and white list. But obviously we just want to pull everything out, so it's fine. So that's that end connected, and then we'll just quickly run down to workshop. I still haven't fixed these doors. I will get to it, I promise. It will be done soon, because basically at the moment anything can just walk into our base. Okay, so we have a Mark II here. I'm just already experimenting to make sure it worked. And we need to put, yeah, an item sink. And default. Set it at default. Is that going to work? Well, it's got power, and it's got a chest to put the stuff in. Oops, no, not that. This. Import? No, we don't want that. Requested items. Okay, I see. So if we put it to default, yes, this should be like the I don't know where to put it, so I'll put it in this chest. So I'm not quite sure why it's not working. It's not even pulling any power. Alright, I will be back in a second, guys, and I will work this out. Alright guys, I got it working. The problem was I had set this to include instead of exclude, and then had left the thing blank, so it basically thought that it didn't have to pull anything. Now the only thing I'll say about this is it's really slow. Like, really slow. So I think I'm going to go and make an Extractor Mark III module, which will empty this chest in about 2 seconds flat. Because I think like the Mark 1 does like 1 item per tick. The Mark 2 does like no, it won't be per tick. It'll be per second. I think Mark 2 does like half a stack per second, and the Mark 3 just like instantly empties it. So I'm going to go make that. Advanced extractor. Oh, well, I've got plenty of diamonds. It's fine. Right, I'm going to go make that. Be back in a second. All right, I have all the parts, so it should be gold, and then to diamonds, and then a stick of redstone to make it extra clever. And that should be us, Mark 3. So let's go back up through my temporary hole in the wall, and that's just because, yeah, hopefully this should fix this. Ooh. Right, so I don't need that one anymore. I can take that one out and include. Whoa! That was cool. So I think that's emptied. Did you see that? That was nuts. So yeah, that worked. Right. That should now, and then everything should start running again now. Yeah, look, it's stripping it all out. Fantastic. Oh, that's cool. Wow. Yeah, I like that. That is awesome. That is really awesome. The chest downstairs is going to be overflowing in a second, so we better go fix that. But yeah, that is. I'm very happy with that. I haven't played with logistic pipes in a long time, because I always just go straight to applied energistics. But I think we're going to run with this. I think we're going to do some more of this because that was cool. I like watching things moving around. If anybody remembers the old, what was it? Not Project Raid. I can't remember the name of the mod now. It was I remember the mod maker's name. It was Elaram. Was the mod maker's name? It was Red Power. That was it. And you used to make these pipes. So you used to be able to watch everything move around inside. It was some fantastic mods, but sadly it's not kept up anymore. There is a few people who've made. Remade it, but they've only done the cables. I actually have Project Red in this. I think we touched on it briefly in an earlier episode. But yeah, this used to originally be a mod by a maker called Elaram. Well, they do have some of the old transport pipes. They don't have all the machines. Anyone who's been playing modded Minecraft for more than 5 years will know what I'm talking about. Anyway, back off our tandem, back to work. Right, this at the moment is full of stuff. Yeah, I went mining for a bit, so I had like no iron left whatsoever. And, ooh, let's put uranium in there by accident. Whoops. Because I don't really want to be playing with that yet. Because you need like a protective suit and stuff, but it should be okay in its flake form. When you put it through this, you will get 3. Quickly just pull all it out and wait for a bit to get refined. So it is definitely worth stepping straight into this with your refining, other than using the thermal expansion stuff upstairs. So you go 3 bits for every 1 bit of ore. So the next thing would be to automate this using these pipes. The other major thing we want to get done is the chests upstairs, is then connect them with into the system, so that you have, you come home from some mining, you empty all your stuff into a chest, the chest empties, it all gets put into the slots. So if you've got some redstone, I don't know what I need to eat. If you get some redstone, it goes straight into the redstone chest. If you have diamonds, it'll go into this chest as well. But then all the ores that need done, they'll go into the grinder downstairs, and then once they're done, we'll put them into a furnace, which then puts them into the ingots chest, and just basically a fully automated sorting system. I think that would be the goal for the next, well, hopefully the next, I don't know if we'll get it done in 1 episode, but definitely 2. We can definitely aim to get it done over 2 episodes. So straight off the bat, we're going to take this wall down, like so. There we go. And then we're going to just stick one back. And this is going to be where we're going to have a large storage area. And I have made jabber barrels. So I'll just put a couple of these down so you get an idea of what's going to happen. Right, so for today's episode, we're going to fit this storage area up. And then I'm going to explain to you how it works. Up there is a tree farm. It chops the tree down, the wood comes down the pipe, and we have this jabber barrel here set up as the wood one. So the wood comes down, gets put into this barrel. Then a furnace over here, let's say this furnace, is set for making charcoal. And it runs out of its stack of wood, and it shouts into the system, oh, I need more wood, so the wood gets sucked out of this barrel and put into the furnace. It gets turned into charcoal, and then the furnace goes, right, where do I send this charcoal? It then gets sucked out, and this barrel here, let's say this one, is charcoal. So it puts it in there. Then upstairs, I have a requesting pipe, and say, oh, I need some charcoal for a build that I'm doing. It'll suck the charcoal out, send it upstairs. Okay? That's the general idea. Whether it works that smoothly or not, I'm not too sure, but that's what we're aiming for. So I'm going to fit all these barrels here. I'm going to set another load on this side as well. So we've got it'll be 30 in total. And that should be enough to get us started. And then we can expand into this panel and the panel over there as we go along. But I think 30 is a good number to start with. Okie dokie. So I'll be back in a second. Hey guys, there's just one quick thing I wanted to cover. These need green dye, and I don't have a lot of it. I only have like 6 bits, something like that. So I'm going to try and make cactus seeds. We have a mod called Reactorcraft, and you can basically make. I'll cover it after I've got it all set up and stuff, because it's going to take quite a while. Basically, you can mutate a type of seed by mixing 2 other types of seed. So to get cactus seed, I need a poppy and sugarcane, and then to get sugarcane is carrot and just normal wheat seeds. So I'm going to go and do all this. It's going to take a bit of time. You need this. So I might cover. We'll probably do some Reactorcraft in another episode. I want to kind of try and stick with logistic pipes. So if we start like going off on tandems all over the place, nothing will ever get done. So I'm probably going to do most of this off camera. But just in case you're wondering, like, where did all the cactus come from? That's how I've got it. And then we'll cover how I do that when we do a whole episode towards Reactorcraft. Okay, guys. Alright guys, this is the lengths we had to go to get the green dye. This has taken about 30-40 minutes to get this all kind of grown up, and we didn't have a lot of bone meal, so kind of just had to stand around and wait, and went and did some mining and stuff. And so I just thought I'd show you this. I think this is a really clever mod for getting like dyes. So I think in sometime soon we're going to get like a little plot sorted out and start making all the dyes, seeds for all the dyes, just so that we have them on hand. So yeah, I think that's something you'll work on in the future, because this is very handy. So we now have plenty of green dye for making the cards, the modules. I also want to quickly go downstairs and show you some things that we did, because this has been re-recorded. I had sound issues with this segment on the editing in the original lot, so if anything looks out of place or different, that's just why. So I moved this back, and this pipe now runs down into this where it's getting powered. Obviously that's a basic logistics pipe there. Then it goes under the floor, runs along down to here, and here we have another basic. Remember, on any kind of junction you need a basic. So there's a basic there with a Mark II. The item sync is sent to default route. So anything coming out of that tree farm where it doesn't know where to go is going into that chest. Everything else is going into these, which I believe I show you how to do in the next segment. So I'll leave it here, guys, and enjoy the rest of the show. Alright guys, I have cards ready to go in. So let me just open this one up, and hopefully the minute that the system knows, yeah, so you can just import it. Okay, that's clever. The minute the system knows that there is an actual place to put things like saplings and apples, it'll stop putting them in this default chest. This default chest is, well, as it sounds, default. So it won't put anything in there unless it has nowhere else to put it. So those were probably still just being routed while I put the cards in. But yeah, everything now should go. Maybe not. Oh no. Okay, I have no idea what it's doing. Well, it's kind of working. The wood at least is going in there. Right, so what's next? We need a sugar cane. Should have some in here. There we go. That one. And so we'll go behind again. Put in another card. Import. There we go. Yeah, see, so now it's all going into the proper place. So I think it just sort of it takes a little bit of time for it to kind of work out its new layout every time you add more pipes to it, I think. Actually, I've worked out what the issue is. Remember I said that wherever you have a junction, you need one of these. That's what the issue is. Me being a dub. See how it's all gone green there? It was all red before? That's what the issue is. So when something comes on this pipe, these basic pipes have no idea. Like, they're not intelligent at all. So it gets to the junction here and it thinks, right, do we send it forward or do we send it up? And it just takes a guess because it doesn't know. So now that we have that in, it's hopefully taking all the problems out. So it's just whenever you have any kind of problems with your logistic system, just always be checking your junctions. Make sure they're done correctly, using the right pipe. Otherwise, snafus happen. So, sorted. Brilliant. So I think slowly, obviously, we'll allocate something for each of these chests, and then we're going to hook. Next thing we're going to do is hook this up. So we're going to have pipes going into the top, so that we can start using it for refining and stuff. Start putting seeds in it, and then we'll probably hopefully get a canola farm sorted as well. But for now, I think that looks good. I will move on to the next part of this project. Be back in a second, guys. Alright guys, so I've tidied everything back up again. I also set the tree farm to shear leaves instead of saplings. I've switched it back now because I've filled it and almost filled up that chest. So what we're going to work on next is getting this into these automatically. But it's going to take a little bit of kind of mucking around, so bear with me. But we're going to take it all apart first, or at least some of it apart. What's in there? More leaves. Got leaves everywhere. There we go. Get rid of this pipe. I didn't like this build anyway, it was ugly. Okay, so in the first one here, is this the one that takes sugar? Hold on, I've got a lot of sugar somewhere. There it is. Okay, yeah, so that's the sugar one, and then this is the one that takes leaves and then yeast. So what we'll do is open up my magic golden bag of goodies, and we're looking for a Mark II. Do I have any Mark IIs left? Ah, there we go. I'll tell you what, just get all these pipes out because we're going to use them all. Get all this stuff out. There we go. Alright, so we'll connect a Mark II to this, and a Mark II to this. And then we go connect it with a basic logistics pipe. And I think we'll take this off for now as well. And then the whole system is going to have to get connected. So how are we going to do it? We'll pull it down here, and then we'll connect it up here. So just break that for a second. Remember, we're making a joint here, so we need a basic first, and then we'll go with the unrouted, which, did I make more of? No, I forgot. I made more of everything else, but I didn't make more of that one. That is a water pipe, so it doesn't really matter if it's connected, but I'll disconnect it anyway. And then I'm going to quickly cut out and cut back with more unrouted pipes. Alright guys, I'm back. I made plenty more pipes, so we will quickly there, and then go upstairs. If I can get out. Here we go. Whoa. Okay, so this and this and this. That's all connected nicely. Everything's turned green. Just disconnect that. It doesn't really matter that that's connected, because obviously it's a water pipe and that's an item pipe, but I just think it looks untidy. Alright. So, next thing's next. A couple of new cards we're going to introduce you to. This one. So, you have supplier modules. Now, there is two different types. There's the passive and the active. The passive will only direct items that are already floating around in your system to that designation. So, you know, as the name suggests, it's quite passive. It won't actively call things to it, where the active supplier module will do. And so if you have a chest full of something and it needs it, it will pull it out of that chest. So we're going to set this in here and set it to 30. I already had a fiddle around with it. And then it's the middle one. We need to then have a look at the provider module. And this is basically, this pipe over here will say, right, I need leaves, and it will speak to this card, and this card will say, oh, I have leaves, and I'll pull some out for you. So it provides stuff into the system. There's an upgrade to this, the Mark II, yeah, and it just does it quicker. This will probably only, pull out one or two a second, where that one will pull out whole stacks. But for now, we don't really need to. Excess. Leave first stack. Leave last stack. First and last stack. Leave one item. Normal. Include. So there we go. So now this one knows it has leaves to provide, and this one should be asking for leaves. Is it because it's connected to the back, maybe? Empty. Alright guys. Let me have a little fiddle around with this. Now, nothing ever seems to be as simple as I hope it'll be. I have no idea why this isn't working. Maybe? Aha! Ahahaha! No. Maybe it can't get in the top? Maybe if I put it in the side? Alright, let me have a little play around with this. I'll be back in a second, guys. Alright guys, I've worked all the gremlins out of the system, tidied it up, and I think it looks fantastic. So, I'll explain through everything that we have. In the back here, as shown before, it's just provider and item sync modules in all of these. So, the item sync knows to put it in, and the provider module knows to pull it out. Over here, in these two, we have the active supplier module set up to give the items that we need. Same here. I haven't obviously added sugar yet because we need to set this up to start taking the sugar cane, put it through the grinder, makes the sugar, and basically you're just continuously expanding on what we have started with here. This is just the water pipe coming up. The dirt maybe doesn't have a provider thing? Why is that not? Yeah, there we go. Oh no, it does have one. That is dirt, right? Yeah. Maybe I haven't worked all the gremlins out. Oh, I see. For some reason, the redstone signal is passing through both blocks. This is me showing my poor understanding of vanilla Minecraft mechanics, as usual. So I just need to figure out a way of getting a redstone signal into that. So that one's making that, that one's making that. How about if I take this one off and stick it on the top of the engine instead? Will that work? Hopefully. No, it doesn't seem to. No. This maybe? Okay, so that works. I don't like it like that, so I'll probably change it. But for now, it just works. Just set. And then also in these, we have the extractor module. Now, I've only got the Mark 1 in there, and it is being quite slow. But these machines are quite slow anyway in making the stuff, so it should be okay. I might upgrade those to a Mark 2 just so there isn't any problems, but at the moment it doesn't seem to have any issues. So the next thing really would be to start hooking this up so that it'll take the sugar cane, put it through, turn it into sugar, put the sugar back into the storage area, and then a requester for the sugar, a provider for the sugar. So that's going to be the next step in this. And then we have fully automated fuel. After that, we then have to hook up a furnace so we can take this stuff, cook it, and pump it into these. And then this is an entire closed loop. It takes there's no input from me to keep it running. So it'll just continue to make fuel. The only thing I have to do is change this over, change the farm over to leaves every now and again, but it burns through these quite slowly, and there is 64 stacks, so that's a lot. I mean, it's what, 4,000, and how quickly does it go through them? I mean, look, it goes through one every 5 seconds, 10 seconds, so I can't see it being an issue. So I think, yeah, so far this is very successful. I'm going to go and check the time and tidy up my inventory and generally just make sure everything's sorted, probably fill this hole up a bit. And then the next thing, like I said, is start adding this into this system. And then, you know, as we go further and further through, we'll just keep adding more and more stuff into this system. And then eventually hook it up to the upstairs. Well, hopefully next episode, hook it up to upstairs. Anyway, enough babbling from me. I'm going to go sort out and we'll have a look at time. Okay? Alright, we've got another 5 minutes. So I'm going to quickly go through this. I've just simplified this down a little bit. We're just going to run 1 for now, because I'm making enough fuel to run 2 quite easily, but until it's like fully set up, you're just sort of kind of wasting fuel. So for now, this will do. So this is the main pipe. We're gonna break this. Actually, hold on. Here you go, here you go, all the bits I put away out. So I need basic. So we get a stack of basic, stack of routed. We'll take our chassis Mark 3 and our chassis Mark 2. Ah, there they are. Okie dokie. So we're gonna break this, put down a basic somewhere, and then put down a Mark 2 here. Where did I... Sorry, my brain isn't working. There we go. Alright, so that's going to have the extractor module in it. I'll put an advanced one in, because obviously there's going to be a lot of stuff going into that chest. So, the grinder, if I can get around here. So stuff will go into the grinder will chew it up, it drops out the bottom into the hopper, into the chest, and this will suck it out, put it into the system. To get stuff actually into the grinder, I don't know whether to just stick a pipe on the top, or maybe stick a hopper and a chest and then pipe it into the chest. So there's a bit of a buffer, you know. I think that would probably be the best way. And so we will do this, and then we will... Do you think I can do it on the side? Nah, that looks okay. And then I will have a chest, which I need to make. This chest here. Where is my... There it is. Oh no, I've got some spare chests here. There we go, we'll just use these. And then what I'll probably do is actually run the pipe round through the wall and down from the ceiling. So it's just more hidden. So I don't like having pipes anywhere. If I do have pipes, they have to kind of look like they belong there. If you know what I mean. Right. Chest. And cool. So that's the basic setup. We just need to put the pipe. We'll probably have a... Where is my pipes? There we go. Put that there. And then, like I said, we'll have it coming through, down through the ceiling. And then into this. So that we can get... first we're going to do the sugar cane, but also I'm going to set up a canola farm so we can start getting more lubricant, which means we can start working on gears. And then, like, the minute you have gears and you have lubricant set up, like, Rotarycraft just blows open. It opens you up to so many different things that you can start building, which, you know, is great. At the moment we're dabbling in the most basic stuff here, and I can't wait to get on the more advanced stuff. So I think for now I'm going to probably fit that pipe in off camera, and seeing as we're getting kind of close to the wrapping up time, I think I'll just end it here and say that thank you very much for watching. I hope this has been a reasonably informative episode, even with me doing my usual level of derping. I would love for some comments, and if you really enjoy it, a subscription. Tell me what you're thinking, what you'd like to see, where I'm going wrong, and I'll see you in the next episode. I've been JDporkchop, this has been Rotarycraft Infinity, and I'll see you later on.